My name is John Learmont, and I've been in B'nai B'rith touching 40 years. I joined in '74. Reason I joined is I would classify myself as a fringe Jew, and that was my what I thought was my connection, my point of entry into the Jewish community. Well, I joined obviously as just an ordinary member. Um, in my active life, I was a public accountant, and I felt I could put my skills to some use in B'nai B'rith. So when the treasurer's position was declared vacant in the lodge, I took it on, and that was the beginning of the climb of the ladder, if you put it that way. I was interested in taxation, obviously, because of my profession, and B'nai B'rith units and constituents were looking for ways to save tax. And I had connections from my previous professional career with the firm Arnold Bloch Liebler, of whom you have certainly heard. I still remember the late Mr. Bloch, and I still remember when he admitted the young Mr. Liebler, who's not so young anymore. Anyhow, I made use of that connection together with the then District President Kurt Lippmann. You probably heard of him. And the two of us went together to Mark Liebler and put him the problem, and he manufactured, so to speak, the charitable trust, so that the constituents and entities didn't have to pay tax. The foundation made a great, as a matter of fact, mounted a sort of a campaign to collect money, and you might remember the 2 or 3 years ago the bushfires in Victoria. Some people are still suffering the effects. We collected on $100,000 and made it over to the mainly the people who looked after it. And otherwise, we are supporting educational institutions, health, cancer institutes and health institutes, and diabetes is also on our platform. My best memories are the friendships and the comradeships, I must say. I was a member of Menorah Lodge, which unfortunately now, we are all getting on in age, is not alive anymore. But most of the members have transferred to another lodge, which keeps us going, which, so to speak, we've got outside management. But it works. Some of my proudest moments in B'nai B'rith were I got the Menorah Award in the year 2000. The Menorah Award is in Victoria. Every year, 4 people with discreet service to the community receive these awards. And I got one of those in the year 2000. I also got another award from Victoria, which is called the George Hubbard Memorial Service Award for services rendered to Victoria, because I went beyond the confines of the charitable trust. I sort of kept a fatherly eye on their finances generally, especially when after the they sold the old lodge home. And the highlight really was the JCCV Communal Service Award. JCCV means Jewish Community Council of Victoria, and that was handed out at Monash University by the Chancellor of the university, and it was, of course, recognized universally and publicly, and that was really my greatest thrill of receiving it, yes.